Hello and welcome to the Righteous Leadership Podcast. I am so excited about this podcast. I tell you, this podcast is going to be a major game changer in the leadership space. We are all about leading from a place of godliness. Our scripture that is the foundation to the Righteous Leadership Podcast is coming from Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, which simply says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Let me say that one more time. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people mourn. So how does the righteous find themselves in authority? By standing and abiding in the call that you and I were designed to do or designed to be. Think of it this way. You don't have to be behind the pulpit. Whether you are a doctor, an attorney, an engineer, a carpenter, even a scavenger, whatever you are called to do or be, whatever your vocation is, if you are standing and being true to that call, that's the place of authority. When you are in authority of your call, the people around you rejoice. See you at the top. Looking forward to this community just growing organically. Coming at you in Baltimore, Maryland. I am just getting off a plane. A buddy of mine, Michael Barlin. Michael is a dear friend. Michael just picked me up and he just shared a story with me, and I am adding Mike's story to this podcast. Many of you know I am committed to share with you righteous leaders all across the globe. So this story is too good not to be recorded. So I want to pass the mic to, how about that? Pass the mic to Mike, so Mike can just share with you his story so that you can see this is an example of a righteous leader. Mike, can you share with our listening audience what you just shared with me, how many thousands and tens of thousands of homes that you have built, and I want you to share with them why you did it. Michael.
Well, thanks so much, Ray, and it's a blessing being in the car with you. This is just, for me, a unique opportunity to share something that most people don't know about this, but I started my career in banking in 1975 from a standpoint of being a clerk working for a bank, and I had no background in business or finance, but I was fortunate to be around people that mentored me, and inside of 3.5 years, I got promoted 7 or 8 times from a simple clerk making like $4,900 a year to assistant vice president of the bank. And just so happens that bank was the most conservative bank in the United States. I also became the first black officer in the 156-year history of that bank.
Wow.
I retired about 6 years ago now, but during my life in banking and finance and development, construction, I think I probably been responsible responsible directly or indirectly for the development of about $1.5 billion worth of housing.
Wow. Did you say $1 billion?
$1.5 billion, wow. Maybe. Yeah, and I'm talking about maybe over 5,000 units around the country. And there were times when I was actually the developer. There were times when I was the lender, lending to a source to help make a project work. There were times when I was a grant maker working for the Ford Foundation, and I gave a grant to a nonprofit or somebody. But over my career, I've stayed in basically the development of low and moderate income housing. And as I said, I retired about 6 years ago. But for the last 6 years, what I've been doing is helping faith-based organizations, including my church. It's New Shiloh Baptist in Baltimore, Maryland, helping them to develop affordable housing around the church campus. And we've actually, at this point, done about 155 units of senior and family housing. We're getting ready to do another 55-unit project that's geared specifically toward grandparents taking care of their grandchildren. That's about a $21 million project. I just finished the project in August. It was $23.5 million. We are looking at another series of projects, which is going to be south of our church body, our church building. And Baltimore is one of those kind of areas where you have a lot of blight, a lot of problems, but God has put our church in a position where we can do some really remarkable things. And there's maybe a 3-block by 3-block section of the city, about over 500 parcels of land and property, where we can actually develop about 350 plus units of affordable housing there too. So with God's help, I'll be able to do that. It's another $78 million worth of project development there. So God has put me in this unique position. All the things I've said I've done over the last 6 years, but even before that, right, I basically did it as a volunteer. I didn't do it for money.
Wow.
I did it because it was what I believe God was leading me to do as a Christian warrior who wanted to do something, who wanted to do more with my life. And I guess more importantly, what God had given me in my abilities and my gifts. I don't think it was given to me just to make a lot of money. It was given to me because I had this unique ability to make things happen. And I've done that effectively.
So, Mike, let me make sure I understand this correctly. You're saying that 5,000 plus units, billions of dollars in housing projects, and you did that voluntarily. That is amazing to me. And what it's also showing me, Michael, it's also showing me that you're honoring the gift that God has put in you. Speak to the audience about that, about your honor towards the gift more so than honor towards remuneration.
Yeah.
If we can wind up this podcast with that, the gift versus the remuneration. Can you share with the audience on that?
I figured out a long time ago that it really wasn't about me making a lot of money. And I say that because, like any family man with a wife, I've been blessed. I've been married now for 47 years.
Wow.
My kids are very, very successful. One of my daughters, as a matter of fact, she has been nominated for the presidency of a very prestigious college. But to make a long story short, during the times when I was doing all this, right, and I was volunteering, I was helping to develop this affordable housing, we never went hungry. We never there was never a day there wasn't food in the house. The bills may have gotten paid slow sometimes, but the bills got paid. And I guess even more than that, our children were raised in a Christian environment, so our children and our grandchildren now, they are prospering.
And Mike, you could have demanded an income.
Oh yeah. I was offered about 7 years ago. They offered me a per diem per unit for production. So for every unit of housing, I not produce, but I just referred to a developer for production. So the developer did all the work. I would just bring the projects to him. They offered me $1,500 a unit. So if you had 100 units, that's $150,000. So some of the projects, one project I looked at was a project in North Carolina, and you would probably over a period of 10 years produce somewhere around 750 units. So 750 times 150, that's $1 million something.
Wow.
I would have gotten an income without even doing anything but referring them to a developer.
And you chose to focus on not only volunteering, but you chose to focus as a means of kingdom building. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the greatest gifts is to stand in a door when an elderly person or a young couple or a mother, a single mother with children gets to walk through the door of their house for the first time. utility costs are under control, water bills are under control, quality environment, safe, clean, affordable, all those things. And you get to stand in the door when they walk through the door and hug you and kiss your cheek and go, God bless you.
Wow. Wow. Well, I just wanted to share this brief, impromptu. Now, this is my friend who just picked me up at the airport. We're about 8 to 9 minutes in on this podcast, but I wanted to share with you. I'm going to be bringing to you government leaders. I'm going to be bringing to you pastors. I'm going to bring into you engineers, doctors. We are called to be a certain way, and it's to allow godliness to flow out of us. What you just heard from my friend Michael is the love of God flowing through him, through his gift, knowing that as he sows this gift, he will reap a reward not only on this side of the earth, but also in heaven. This is Dr. Ray, Pastor Ray, coming at you with another one of our awesome episodes of Righteous Leadership. Please share these stories with your social media network because I'm coming to you with the pragmatic, practical messages, not anything preachy, but stories to encourage each and every one of us. It has encouraged me. I'm thinking I'm getting a ride home from the airport, but just Mike sharing that with me in the car, I'm like, I have got to do a podcast on this. So see you next time. God bless.